Nate Bargatze, the Be Funny Tour.
I mean, Chuck E. Cheese is rough. I don't know if you've been there in a while. They look like they're trying to go to business and they can't.
All new material.
They filed for bankruptcy and they're still open. They called Blockbuster and they're like, how do you get out? We want out.
Nate Bargatze. Friday, May 31st, FedEx Forum. Tickets available at FedEx Forum box office or Ticketmaster.com. Produced by Outback Presents. Nate Bargatze, the Be Funny Tour.
There was some sad news coming out of the WWE. Michael Jones, also known as Virgil, passed away. He's a Virginia Union alum, so he graduated from an HBCU. He got his start in Memphis, right?
Oh, man, you're absolutely right. He started in Memphis in 1985.
Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning in to HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
10 feet ahead of you, catch me as something you'll never do. I turn around and I level you. No motivation is needed. Look, I put myself on the pedestal. This is incredible.
Take your fandom to the next level.
Heavy defense. That's where it starts for us.
Personalized to where you are and who you are. Get easy access to ticketing, the game day guide, and your own app customization right at your fingertips. Upgrade your experience and download the Grizzlies app today.
There's no substitute for experience, the knowledge gained from having been there before, and the passion to share what you know to make everyone around you better. It's true in basketball. It's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle. Play hard. Bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by January 12th, and you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account and be entered into our Grizmas drawing. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
Justin Timberlake.
I'm bringing sexy back.
The Forget Tomorrow World Tour. Live in Memphis. Justin Timberlake. FedEx Forum, Saturday, November 23rd. Get tickets now at livenation.com. The brand new single Selfish is available to stream and download now.
So if I get jealous, I can't help it.
For more, hit up justintimberlake.com.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GBWR.
Don't worry, Be Fluffy World Tour.
The minute you get into a brand new relationship, like magic, you know who really notices just how happy you are, guys? Other women, not your woman. Look how happy he is. I bet I can change that.
Friday, May 10th, FedEx Forum. Get your tickets now at fluffyguy.com. Don't miss a Memphis Don't Worry, Be Fluffy World Tour.
This is an actual good shoe.
Yeah, looks like
this
a
is
good
a
shoe.
real good shoe.
What you think about him, KJ? She likes Cheetos.
Like Cheetos?
Yeah,
like
nice.
Cheetos.
You like Cheetos?
For kids, yeah, nice.
That's what I mean. For kids,
For kids,
1,000%.
Yeah.
And honestly, if I was still playing basketball, I played in brightly colored shoes. I wore pink shoes a lot of the time or purple shoes. Like, I like that. The Sneak Fest Show, live Tuesdays at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Now for a limited time, the new $1.99 crispy tender wraps are here at Sonic. Who could deny a crispy chicken tender with bold flavors like hickory barbecue and cheesy Baja? And we can't forget the crisp lettuce and melty cheese to make the perfect bite. Wrap yourself up with some TLC, tender, love, and chicken for only $1.99. Sonic $1.99 crispy tender wraps. Tax not included, limited time only at participating Sonic drive-ins.
Funny thing about gas, people constantly complain about the price of gas. Those same people that will complain about paying $2.80 for a gallon of gas
will drive right around the corner. Yeah,
$9 for a cup this big.
Yep, I am people.
Can you believe these gas prices? Give me a $12 cup of coffee.
I am those people.
It's wild out there, man.
The Gary Parrish Show, live weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Live from downtown Memphis, this is the Chris Vernon Show, presented by Caesars Sportsbook on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, here's your host, Chris Vernon.
Once in your life, won't you do what feels right? Instead of waiting for the next big compromise. Stop running your mouth, get out of the house, get yourself downtown and shake it all out tonight. I don't have friends that pitch fuck or enemy. No sexy heroin addiction plaguing me, but I can still get down like Frank Poncherello on a motorbike. Once in your life, won't you do what feels right instead of waiting for the next?
Here we go. It's noon on GrindCityMedia.com. It's Chris Vernon Show. Welcome. It's a Thursday, May 9th, 2024 edition of the show. Today on the show, we had one basketball game last night, and it is certainly worth talking about with what happened between the Knicks and the Pacers. We have a few more that are going to be series that are going to be resuming this evening. Got a bunch of news and notes that we're going to get to, and we'll play fill in the blank sucker. It's a Thursday. It's beautiful outside. Smile. Let's do it. Turn it on.
Once in your life, won't you do what feels right instead of waiting for the next big thing to strike? Stop running your mouth, get out of the house, get yourself downtown and shake it all
Yeah. Hope everybody's having a good day. All right, we got tons of stuff to get to. Pretty interesting night last night, though there was just one game going on. We will get to all the news and notes of the day. As I said, we'll play fill in the blank sucker a little bit later. Before we get to anything, welcome John Roser to the show. John Roser, a.k.a. the Cologne Ranger, the Bot Free Band, the Cinder Sack, a.k.a. John the Back Bulls, John the Bearcat, the Groom Roser, John Asparagus, Johnny Deckard, John Lance, a.k.a. Yogi Roser. What up? Hello, John. Devin Walker's here. He is the microphone mangler. Senor Quasanilla, Mr. Matt Nava, Joe, the reporter, the photographer,
Hello, people. It was good to see my dog last night on TNT, bro. It made me kind of sad, but then happy at the same time. So
Shout out Trip.
shout out Trip, bro.
And Jerry Jackson Jr. was also part of the in-game broadcasting crew that featured Channing Frye, I saw, because the NBA was posting that throughout the game. I don't know. What is that on? Is it an alternate broadcast? Obviously it is, but is it online or is it on a channel?
Live.
Huh?
That's NBA Twitter Live.
With the one with Channing Frye and all them, yeah.
Okay. Kelcey Wright Johnson's here. She is Brampton's finest. She's the Nordstrom Rat Track Queen. She is Puerto Rico's favorite reporter. She is the ketchup chip connoisseur. New podcast, Yeti! Oh, there's a new podcast coming.
Today.
Today? Oh, it gets released today? Promotional Yeti! What is the name of the podcast?
The podcast is called In the W.
And do you know who your competition is? How many WNBA podcasts are there? You gotta be
I
like.
have an NBA podcast.
No, you don't.
I host it out of my house.
No, you don't.
I'm joking.
Do you know if there are?
I mean, I'm sure there are.
Let me goggle it.
I
right
would
quick.
believe
Hold on.
that, Devin, but you play 2K too much.
Shut up.
True.
Yeah, like we know you play 2K.
There's a
lot.
Locked On Women's Basketball.
Oh, okay.
There's
But this one isn't like me talking about the WNBA. Well,
You
just
are interviewing people
straight
from the WNBA.
Interviewing players in the WNBA, specifically those who played college in the SEC, so like they're from around here.
Okay.
So the first girl today is a Nashville native, went to Tennessee.
What's her name?
Her name is Isabel Harrison.
Isabel Harrison. She is a current player.
Current player on the Chicago Sky.
Isabel Harrison.
There you go.
Let's see what the
And
list
this is right. This is who you were.
GBO.
Hey, this is who you were talking to me about earlier.
Yeah. So
Fun fact about her. This is
Yeah.
actually very good.
Fun fact.
So with Candace Parker retiring, Isabel Harrison is now the only active WNBA player who played for Pat Summitt.
That's actually
pretty
fun. That's a
interesting,
pretty
right?
fun fact.
Cool.
That is a real.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about that.
It's kind of wild.
Coach Summit, yeah.
She is
Goat.
the last active player
Yeah.
that played for Pat Summitt.
Let's see. Her last season was 2012.
Pat Summitt?
Yep. 38 years at Tennessee.
2012, so 12 years. Yeah. So
How many national titles did Pat Summitt win?
Pat Summitt won.
I'll say 8.
I thought I was going to say 6.
You got it right.
Yeah.
She won 8.
Shout out.
87, 89,
Shout
91, back-to-back. No, 2 back-to-back, 96, 97, 2007, 2008.
I've done 700 million interviews over the years.
You can't find anybody that didn't like Pat Summitt.
And yet Pat Summitt was easily one of my favorite 5 I've ever done. And still to this day, there is not a time that I see a high school team, a little kids team, a collegiate team, or a professional team that I do not think about one thing that she said. And it was they will never care how much you know unless they know how much you care. And I think about that all the time.
It's a bar.
I think about that all the time
That is a bar.
with coaches.
Yeah.
I do.
And that's what you want to watch.
The relationship that they build with their players is what is going to that you will not get through to them unless you have a relationship with them. And obviously she's one of the greatest coaches to ever walk the face of the earth. I was around her probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 times over the years. And every time, I'll never forget meeting her for the first time. I think I was broadcasting live at one of those big orange caravans or one of those events or whatever it was back in the day. I was very young. I had this perception of this hard-nosed, tough, hard-nosed, like you see her on the sidelines. I mean, she's no nonsense. You see her jumping her players, no nonsense. And she sat down, and it was like I was talking to my mom.
That gives me goosebumps.
I mean, it was like every once in a while in life, you will come across a person like that where you have a perception of them and then they shatter it completely.
Yeah.
The second you are just so disarmed.
That's crazy.
Because I've thought of you this way. The only perception I have of her comes from me watching her on the sidelines.
Yeah.
Right? And she sat down and it was like the craziest instance. It was like it was like this sweet lady who you wish was your neighbor. And it was so crazy.
That's some of the neighbor.
I tell you this, the last time I take that back. There's other times where I felt that, but I remember one that was very, very stark, and I've mentioned it many times, was, Roser, you were with me in the hotel room. The first time I ever met Grayson Allen, I was... walked
perception
out,
versus reality.
He walked out of the room, and I looked at Roser, and I was like, what?
Where's the villain?
Yeah. Did he win a karate chop somebody in the game like that night?
Literally.
Yeah, I remember that.
He did.
He
Grant Williams.
Yeah, he karate chopped Grant Williams that night.
Literally that night. And how about this? This is what's even crazy. I'm going to take that story further.
I'll never forget that.
So I met him.
Never forget that.
Loved him. He was so funny. His agency had us pull stuff from the interview because they did not want any of the old stuff being brought up about him. And understandable. They're we're trying to distance ourselves, and we were just going to be cool about it. We were like, okay, we understand. But if people would have heard it, they would have loved him even more, right? Because he was so cool about all of it. That night, then go play in the game. I come back. You know everything. Nights are days, days are nights when you're at Summer League. No lie. We come home from the game that night. We're back. That year, we stayed at the Aria. And I go into the Aria gift shop, which is absolutely massive. You guys know, right?
Yeah.
I think I was going to go get a water or something at the Aria gift shop. And Grayson's in there. He's like, at the shirt rack, like looking through shirts, whatever. And I'm
After
like,
he just got thrown out of a summer league game.
I said, bro, and he's like, I know. and he's like, my phone's blowing. I was like, I guess you've heard. Because Dan Dockich was on the call and just trashing him. And he's like, my phone's blown up. And he's like, it's messed up too. He's like, because that dude is so fake. That's what he told me. He goes, we went down. He goes, when I was at Duke, you have to meet with the broadcasters if you're like the star player or whatever beforehand. He's like, he comes to shoot around, we sit down, whatever. And Dan Docker's like, man, I think I love how hard you play and how much you hustle, and I think you get a bad rap for whatever. And then went on the broadcast that night and talked about what a dirty son of a bitch he was. And he's like, so he ain't nothing to me, blah blah blah. But and you guys were around him too. If you're ever around, like it's
Grayson's a nice dude.
He's a nice guy,
and he's like that guy that that like he just turns into a different guy.
When he gets to something really competitive like that.
When he gets competitive, he has this temper.
Yeah,
he's a little wild.
This temper, like some guys just have terrible tempers. But if you ever were around him where there's no temper involved, you'd be like, I love this guy.
Funny dude.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love this guy. So and to wrap it back around, that's a sensation I got with the Pat Summitt thing, which was like, how is this you?
Yeah.
How? Like, I've watched you an inch from a girl's face, like, and she just,
that's why
she's
people
so
love her.
intimidating.
Because Alex Simmons, the women's coach at Memphis, played for her.
But that's how you can that's how you can get away with it, right? Like that quote that I said.
Yeah.
The reason you can be so hard on your players, the reason you can be so dogmatic, the reason you can get in their face, and the reason you see guys, football coaches are able to grab guys by the helmet or whatever and yell at them is because there's a different relationship there, right? There's a different relationship. And the reason you can get away with that is because they know how much you care about them as people.
Yeah.
Right? And it just explains a lot of different circumstances that you come across in sports, especially with coach and player relationships.
I'll say, Kelcey, we might have your second guest already lined up for your podcast.
Oh,
I got a recommendation for you.
I actually have a couple. Okay, who?
I got a great recommendation. Ethan Strauss?
No.
You should get him.
I was just on his podcast a couple weeks ago.
You should get him on your podcast and ask him about W Pacers and W Knicks.
He's taking a beat for that yesterday.
That guy pissed me off. Devin said that to me
This
yesterday.
man wild as hell, bro. You can't do that.
I'm sorry, do we work for the NBA? Are we doing that right now?
W Pacers, bro, is crazy.
That's crazy.
I mean,
come on, bro.
I'm not gonna defend him wholeheartedly. The point was the whole conversation, and again, this is one thing that's taken and clipped, and that's the only thing you know about it, right? The whole conversation was about how the WNBA is growing to a point, and it's all about the growth of the WNBA. And saying, in order to bring on, because the NBA is including them in a lot of the negotiations, and got in big trouble back in the day for including them in the negotiations because ESPN and the powers that be wanted absolutely nothing to do with it. They're like, nobody watches this, nobody cares about this. And David Stern and Mark Shapiro got in a huge fight over it, as the story goes. Mm-hmm. And obviously the WNBA has grown. And he was talking about bringing in new people to it. And I get it. I get that people are going to be fake mad about something like that. But
I don't think that's fake mad.
It's more. I think it's more goofy. It's more goofy.
He said
than
we shouldn't expect people to learn the names of the teams. Are you kidding?
He was saying it would be easier if there was the male version and the female version of these NBA franchises, just like there are in college.
But there's also teams
like we don't name them the whatever the Tennessee whatever Volettes or whatever the Tennessee Phillies. In honor of his hat.
Shout out to my hat.
And then the Tennessee Vols play, you know what I mean?
It's still goofy either way, though. Like,
I honestly...
You can't sit on the microphone,
There's WNBA teams that aren't affiliated with NBA teams. So what would we call the Vegas...
The Vegas team.
Well, there's about to be a Vegas team.
Okay, but there isn't.
Right. But there's going to be.
So then
and there's going to be...
Is the NBA team going to be called
the Connecticut Sun,
the M Aces when they eventually get there? It's just silly.
Yeah, it's just like, bro,
I don't agree. I don't agree. If there was a female version of the Grizzlies and it was W Grizzlies, you would get a lot more people that would.
W Grizzlies, bro.
I'm just saying, whatever you want to say is the.
I mean, the hustle
female
aren't
version.
So like the hustle should be called the G Grizzlies.
No, what I'm saying is.
But wouldn't that make it easier? Then people don't have to learn the hustle.
Yeah,
I honestly think I honestly think any kind of co-branding would help.
I do believe this with the hustle.
I
do believe this with the hustle. They need to change to the Grizzlies colors. I do believe
like the red?
That they should change to the colors.
You like the red?
They should have the color scheme be the same. Yeah.
I just don't think lining up with the most popular thing is the worst idea. I mean, that's what there's the. If you go through, I have always thought that helps the Redbirds and their affiliation with the Cardinals, and it used to be different. And then they have the Johnson City Cardinals, and then they have the single A, right? And I'm not saying that you have to have the same names. I'm just saying it's not absurd to think that lining up with the biggest brand of the product, which is what they've always done, getting mad about having them be called something else is. I don't know.
Goofy.
I think
it might be.
The WNBA's big thing, and this comes back to what we talked about a long time ago, so it's not going to be a good start. But their whole thing is we're not playing women's basketball, we're playing basketball. This is they have slogans on a shirt, right? And so then they're taking what the WNBA is trying not to be, like just women's basketball, they're just basketball. I know we had this chat, but they're taking that when we talk about the W Pacers into just saying okay, you guys are the women's version of the Pacers again. You're playing women's basketball again. So I think it's taking a step back from what.
It's the WNBA. Do you want to get rid of that too?
So we're going to call the NBA.
It's literally the WNBA. So why is this a?
I just think it's a goofy
why
thing
is it
to
goofy?
say.
Then is it goofy to have the WNBA?
Logic. But should we call this the
MNBA?
MNBA then too? I guess I'm just saying it's just. For him to say that on a microphone
but you
wild.
do call it the WNBA. But so is that wrong?
I'm talking about this.
No.
But by his logic, we should call this the Male Basketball Association.
No.
How? If he wants to put...
Because it's been around for 100 years.
But by his...
The other one has been around for 20 years.
The bad stuff was around for 100 years too, and we don't still...
this is that you guys just don't want anything to be called women's anymore. And I have never looked at being called women's. I've never looked at that and gone, oh, well, now that's lesser than. It is a different version of, not lesser than.
It is different. And that's why you could have a different name. And it's
no
big
it.
Deal.
Okay, then they should change the WNBA.
Okay.
Right?
Yep. Change the WNBA.
Isn't that's your real problem here. You're mad at a guy that said it should be called a W something when literally the league is called the WNBA.
I think the goofy part is the way he said it, just the dismissive tone of it was the problem.
It was all about
how do you expect me to learn new teams? But
how much did you listen to of it?
I don't listen to Bill Simmons' podcast.
I got it, but you listened to 10 seconds of that and have decided this. The whole conversation is about how successful women's basketball is.
But like I said, the part that I saw, because I have no interest in listening, to be honest with you.
I know you just see, and I'm trying to get you guys away from this internet gang mentality where somebody can say you should be offended by this, and it's not offensive in the least.
Goofy the way he said it, to say how do you expect me to do this? How do you expect me to? It's come on, bro. What are you doing? Come on, bro. Why are you?
It was an attempt to draw more people to it. So the idea that how many Grizzly fans do you think have a favorite WNBA team? 1%, possibly. Possibly. I don't. Nobody loves the Grizzlies more than me. I don't have an affiliation with the WNBA team. Would I? For certain I would. If there was a WNBA team here, right? I mean, but the idea that every time everybody talks about women's sports, it has to be you're talking about them like they're lesser than, rather than attempting to try to get the maximum amount of people to enjoy it, is unfair to me. So I mean, again, I don't think that there was ill intent in that. I think it was the whole idea was to try to make it big. When you brought up earlier, you said new podcast, Yeti, which for Kelcey today. Also, we may walk in here one day and she's wearing a Yeti jersey, because did you see on the Utah hockey team.
Oh.
They're not just like the Utah.
It's on the list.
The Yetis?
The Utah Yetis is on the list.
We got to get you a Utah Yeti jersey.
No,
like a personalized joint.
I want it to win, obviously, for obvious reasons. I want the Yetis to win. There are 20 names that made their finalist list. You ready? The Utah Black Diamonds. That's obviously in reference to their the amazing skiing they have there. I don't hate Black Diamonds, and I actually think it could be very cool logo. I actually don't hate that.
Are they? So they have
the Utah Black Diamonds.
And they say they have to move move where they play because they don't the Vivint Center not built for hockey or something like that. You see that?
Oh, is that right? They're building their own hockey
they said
arena.
It's like the arena that the Jazz play is not made for hockey. It's like built just for basketball. So they have to build a new arena.
That whole area over there, because I was there in the winter, is like blowing up. Like from Salt Lake City to Park City to like those suburbs. There was a suburb that was right outside of Park City, and they were building a convention center and a hockey rink and a 36-hole Tiger Woods golf complex. I'm like, my God, this place is. I mean, geez, they got a lot of land for it.
Yeah, they
but
do.
I mean, it's so beautiful in the mountains and everything. Anyways, the Black Diamonds, the Canyons.
Nah, keep that shit away.
Ice.
Nah, that's
Fury.
That's lame. Nah.
Frost.
I feel like there's a Fury.
Nah, that's horrible too. That's a generic hockey team name.
These are just winter words.
Outlaws.
That
For
could
what?
be cool.
For what?
Utah Outlaws? I kind of like that. That's
It's
like
all right.
quasi.
It just doesn't seem like it,
reminds me of-
represents
the Utah community.
It reminds me of Utah in-laws,
Yep.
and then because
Oh,
their
don't do
families
it.
are so
Don't do
big,
it. Don't
they
do
have
it.
so many.
You got Mountaineers. No. HC Hockey Club. That is so lame.
What would be soccer?
Yeah.
like
The,
the soccer thing.
the Glaciers.
These are just winter
Yeah,
words.
they're just doing all winter
The
terms.
Venom.
The snowflakes.
The Blizzard.
Nah.
Oh, I don't hate the Blizzard.
I don't hate the Blizzard.
You don't have to go. I feel like you can go like.
I don't hate the Utah Blizzard.
One, I think it's cool. I
It's a
like not
different-
having a name that has the S at the end.
Okay, the Freeze, the Hive, the Swarm, the Mammoth, the Utah Mammoth,
That's cool. You could have a cool mascot out of that.
the Squall. Come on.
If they have a woolly mammoth as their mascot, it'd be so
The
awesome.
Powder. I mean, that's just a million cocaine jokes.
Yeah.
In Utah, it's crazy.
All right, I like this one. I don't like the Utah Blast. The Caribou. The Utah Caribou is ridiculous.
What is a caribou?
It's like a deer.
Oh, yeah.
Like except with horns, right?
Yeah.
Like it looks like a
I see cheetahs eating those things.
Yeah, right. And then the Yeti.
The
Utah Yeti. Come on, bro.
Utah
That
Yeti has a good
cannot
sound
win.
too.
I mean, that cannot
like it.
lose.
Utah Yeti.
Utah. I don't
They'll
care
probably
what
go with like the
flows.
Black Diamonds or something.
Boo.
I know.
They'll find a way to screw it up.
Yeah, don't do Black Diamonds.
Utah Yeti would be the highest selling jersey ever. Like if they had like a big,
I'd buy
like
one.
if they had like a big abominable snowman or something on there.
That's elite. So
That'd be
apparently it's already like
amazing.
a
Like
Utah.
the stuffy that you got me. It's
Yeah,
perfect.
right.
That's a
Same-
perfect
same.
mascot.
There's a
You can sell
Utah
those.
Grizzlies
Same
that,
thing.
that already play there. A Utah Grizzlies hockey team.
Oh,
That play. They're like the minor league team. They play in West Valley City, so
well, we don't want that.
we don't want that.
We don't want them named the Grizzlies.
No.
No. We want. I'm for Yeti.
That's
That's
all
the
it
best
names.
one on
Yeah,
here.
Mountaineers is lame.
No, they're.
Yeah.
they're
Yeah,
pretty
What the hell
Yeti.
is a squall?
Nick made a good point. The last new team that was added is the Kraken, so they're going after these like mystical
Yeah,
creatures.
yeah.
Yeti's
Oh.
perfect.
Utah Yeti is amazing.
It's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yes, it's perfect. So you might very well have a team named after you, Kelcey. All right, last
know
night there
my
was
team's gonna
one NBA game. Devon's Indiana Ops are
Yeah.
now down 2-0 to the New York Knicks. Now, congratulations on Jalen Brunson missing a quarter, so did not get to 35
Could
in
the
the
broadcast
game.
talk about that more often?
What?
Oh my God, they brought up
Him
that
missing a quarter? I mean,
We heard you the first
it
25
was a
times.
significant. It was a.
He was gone for I feel like he was gone for a while.
And I'm gonna tell you this.
The second quarter, actually.
He was absolutely awesome. The first 6 quarters of that series were all played like an all-star game. And then, honestly, the fourth quarter, it kind of reverted back to very little resistance being made defensively. Part of that's because guys have probably played 40-something minutes. Some of it's because OG Anunoby went out. And some of it is just because the Pacers keep on getting them into this type of game. They have been okay doing it. And there was one 10-minute span where they didn't, and the Knicks actually hunkered down and got stops in that third quarter. They are playing with fire running up and down the court with this team, though. The numbers are not going to. And the other thing is, you're not. Even if everybody's just calling them little B's for complaining about 78 missed calls in the last 2 games and small markets, everyone's against us and blah blah blah. We've lived this life during the Fizdale, take that for data year. Indiana's getting calls on Game 3.
Yeah.
Ain't no way around
at
that.
the Fieldhouse.
No, it's literally the headline everywhere.
Yeah.
That they have turned in 78 missed calls. 78, not 7 or 8. 78
in a 48-minute game. What? 48 plus 2. I'm not doing the math.
Huh?
I'm not doing the math.
That's 50.
No, 48 plus 2.
48 plus 2?
No, my bad. My bad. 2 games worth of calls.
This man said 48 plus 2. I can't do math.
Yeah, I messed that
Lord.
up. Don't do the Zoom! Jalen, I thought we was my dog,
The
bro.
plus 2 would have been outrageous.
Plus 2 is crazy.
Oh, my God.
2 is crazy.
So it says...
that's 50, Devin.
The Indiana Pacers have submitted 78 instances of incorrect or non-calls to the NBA that they felt put them at a disadvantage in games 1 and 2. Rick Carlisle, speaking after the Indiana Pacers fell down 2-0 in the Eastern Conference semifinals with a 130-121 loss to New York on Wednesday, said the team had identified 29 questionable refereeing decisions from Game 1. The source said the Pacers then identified 49 plays from Game 2 that they felt were incorrectly called or not called at all and submitted them overnight to the NBA office. So there you go. It said they did not decided not to send the Game 1 calls to league office for review, but reversed that decision after the Game 2 had the similar officiating issues from their perspective. I'm surprised that they didn't just tell The Athletic about Game 1.
See, there you go.
They actually went to the league with the stuff. Figured they would just go to The Athletic.
That's usually their homies.
Usually their move.
That's their connect to go to The Athletic. It's all good, man. Look, when you play 8 versus 5, Vernon, it's hard,
They need to stop.
It's hard. Tyrese actually played well. You know what I'm saying?
All I can think of is when I think of how the Pacers played in the regular season and how up and down they do when they play a finesse game. Well, this is the playoff.
But they have they have gotten New York to play their up and down pace.
Mm-hmm.
And I just know that this thing is going to reverse itself in terms of when the guy comes out and says small market teams deserve an equal shot. They deserve a fair shot no matter where they're playing. And now this is like a narrative. Now this is a thing. It just psychologically, it's going to get in the refs' heads.
Yeah.
The same way it happened with Fizdale back in the day, where he said, take that for data. Here's what happened with them. Here's what happened with us. This is a joke. We won't get rooked. Remember all that stuff?
So
it was a thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Now, every call's going to be under a microscope in Game 3.
It just will.
Like every single call,
because
bro.
you've made it so public. Not only did you send in 78 calls to the NBA, you've told everyone.
Yes,
that you sent 78 calls. And your coach is saying, we got screwed because we're Indiana playing in New York.
Yeah.
And these refs were overcome by that Madison Square Garden crowd.
It could be true.
It is what it is.
Hey,
I tell you this, they're going to have a lot better shot without Anunoby.
Yeah, that's a big one. That's a big one gone.
And look, Chris.
Wait, is he out?
Yeah, he got hurt last night.
Dude.
No, I know he got hurt, but I thought they just said they said it was a sore
which
hamstring.
is what they always do with these soft tissue things. And then, Kristaps Porzingis said he was fine. Bro, you're never fine. He pulled up so lame, he couldn't even walk.
I know.
It was bad.
And look.
And OG's not a baby.
And it's always so dangerous, right? When you're dealing with hamstrings, calves, groins. It's always the same 3 we talk about. Bro, they don't come back.
So they got.
You don't come back from it.
From this morning, Ian Begley said there's pessimism remained earlier this morning from Anunoby's camp about a sore hamstring. It's feared to be more than just a cramp.
Do you know how many times we've been through this?
Yeah.
That guy knew he yanked it. The second he did it, you see him grab the back of his leg. That's not what you do.
He stayed down there. If it was a cramp, like you
stayed down, then tried to make his way up the court and couldn't.
And said no. Mm-hmm.
And then, as he's walking back to the locker room, hardly putting any pressure on it. I'm like, damn, bro, he yanked that. He's done. Again, we've been through it. Our guys have done this too. Calves, groins, hamstrings. If you see it in real time and a guy yanks it and he knows, they know immediately.
Yeah,
you saw with Porzingis. Mm-hmm. And they were all like, there's optimism that Kristaps Porzingis. No. And then there's optimism that maybe Giannis Antetokounmpo would be able to play. Like, you saw Giannis do it. The second he did it, it was like, right?
Yeah,
he knew.
That ain't no joke.
And then it was worried that it was going to be an Achilles. Well, both those guys. And the calf thing is super scary too, right? Because we saw it obviously with the KD thing, and they're going to be, and now like that's a, who knows? I would be surprised. The Porzingis thing is going to be. I don't even know if he'd be able to go in the next round. I'm serious. He's so tall, and the calf, like you see that, like if you were looking, you see somebody's calf muscle or whatever, right? There's two things that go down in a calf, and then it kind of like ties up, and then it's into your Achilles. And so you're putting at serious risk blowing out that Achilles if you're messing around with a bad calf. Right?
Yeah,
and you see him
he's like,
look,
he's like, oh,
yeah,
oh,
dude.
Nope.
I've seen that. It's like you got shot in the back of the leg.
Yeah, he's like, nope, I'm good. And then he dropped.
And then it dropped, and then he got up and tried to move, and you saw him like,
yeah.
He like
anytime a guy grabs the back of his leg like that, you know.
Because he's trying to rub it out, but it's not going away.
No.
He's like trying to do like a little quick. Whoa, that's crazy. That's wild. That's like Jaren had a slip up yesterday on TV too. I was like, yo, you can't do that. You heard him yesterday?
No.
You didn't hear him? He said, he was talking about Jokic, and they were asking about like how to guard Jokic, and he was like, he's just banging and banging. And he said, yo, that's crazy. on TNT.
Oh my God.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was great. But yeah.
Well, look, you could just tell. And so not having Anunoby is going to be massive for them. It really is.
Yeah, that's bro, somebody get him an ice bath.
Yeah, Josh Hart,
I like Josh Hart.
Back massage.
Who doesn't? He is the dog of dogs, right?
He's one of those dudes that's like, he loves playing. He loves playing in the open court though. Like he gets the ball, bro, and he's going straight to the rim.
Here we go. Let's see. Josh Hart's last 8 games. Okay. 42 minutes, 48 minutes, 43 minutes, 46 minutes, 53 minutes, 46 minutes, 48. 22 and 13, 21 and 15, 20 and 6, 4 and 17, 18 and 9, 16 and 14, 24 and 13, and then last night 19 and 15. I mean, that is crazy production.
It is.
Guys averages 15 rebounds,
bro.
At 6'4"?
He is a
crazy.
crazy person, bro.
Oh, like a torpedo.
Like he is like.
How about that last foul call he got? And then he was bitching about it. He like just threw the guy out of the way. I gotta say too.
Yeah.
The only one that was matching, and the only one that's matching the intensity on the Indiana side, certainly in the second half, was our boy T.J. McConnell. You had to love, Devin, seeing everybody criticizing Rick Carlisle for not going back to T.J. McConnell. And I will give Van Gundy credit in real time, or whoever it was. I think it was Van Gundy. Yeah, it was Van Gundy, right? In real time saying that they should. It's like, I'd go back to McConnell.
I told you that in game one. I said, I told us like, yo, why is McConnell on the court?
It is crazy.
And like down the stretch, why is he not on the court?
They've
like
been so
Nimhard,
much better with him out there.
Yeah, why is Nimhard out
so
here,
much
bro?
better with McConnell out there.
Tyrese passes Nimhard, he should have stepped back jumper. No, bro, get TJ out here.
Dude, how about him like flex? They said he was doing that to Stephon Marbury.
Let's go.
When he was barking and yelling.
Shout out White Nash.
After he did the crossover and finished at the rim and took the bump, he's there for it.
Oh yeah, he wants the smoke for real.
He's there for it. And I tell you this,
this series ain't over at all.
I don't think so. Not without Anunoby.
Not without Anunoby.
Bro,
Indiana
they've
can
already
win
lost
this. They
Bogdanovich.
can.
Mitchell Robinson, he can't play him.
Yeah. And Precious, you saw what you said about Precious last night. That boy out there confused as hell.
Precious got
Precious out
to
there.
he's got to calm down on whatever he does after hours because
Bro, he out there just
that
running
Joker was
around.
out there for 5 minutes and they showed him and I'm like, bro, they got Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson, all these guys playing Dante DiVincenzo. These guys are playing 48 minutes. This man was out there for 5 minutes. There was a foul, and he is standing under the goal. Both hands on hips, like
Somebody
sucking wind.
somebody
I'm
get
like, bro, you better drop the ganja
Yeah.
because it is hard to breathe. Like,
Hey.
he's like, man, I ain't built for no. 5 minutes of running hard up and down that court, and he was out of breath.
Precious was done.
You could tell it.
He was done for.
He was like, man, this isn't fun. You can't play like. You need to play that slow pace game. You got Precious in there.
Yeah.
You got to make him run up and down. That Joker got out of breath fast. That was crazy. I texted you guys a second. I said, our boy Precious is gasping.
Man, he is.
and he hadn't been in there that long. He was like,
Yeah, Precious, we gotta get you on that treadmill, my guy.
especially when all these other guys are playing 48 minutes and they're like walking around, like
Oh,
barking at the crowd
yeah,
and stuff. He's standing over in the corner. He's like,
Yeah, Josh Hart ain't breathing hard at all.
No.
What about Josh Hart on the mic? We're not
Dude,
going to talk about that?
He wild.
Reggie Miller.
Why did Reggie Miller, like...
Well, how about the New York crowd in unison?
If you
yelling,
The F Reggie?
Yes.
Yeah, that was lit. And you know Reggie Miller loves that. He loves that. Like he feeds off of it.
I'll tell you this, his producer didn't love him taking off that headset and allowing Josh Hart to say F
No.
you.
Yeah, you can't do that, buddy.
I hope that was another step towards relegating him.
Reggie Miller.
Yeah, let him go do like Cavs Orlando and crap like that.
Yeah.
Put him
Get
on
him
the-
off. They already moved in like a third man in the booth every time. If you notice, we never have to listen to Reggie Miller alone anymore because
No,
he
we
says
don't.
so much dumb crap. It's ever since he said the conversations like we have on the bus. Should we miss this free throw?
Yeah.
Up 3.
They're like, you know what? We got to add an extra person next to him because he might say some out of pocket stuff.
Well, because a play-by-play announcer is never going to want to challenge
No.
the color announcer.
Nah, he ain't got time
and
for
be
that.
He's
like,
supposed to be like the expert.
correct. And so he's never going to be like, you know, anybody. Of course, in your head, you're going, what?
Yeah.
Doesn't even make any sense. And so they had to put another guy in there so that when he said wild stuff like that, you could go, huh? No, I don't agree, Reg.
Yeah, Reg, that's not it,
Right?
Reg. Yeah.
Nah, I don't agree, Reg. I don't know what you're talking about. It's just bizarre.
Yeah, they made last night all about him though. Even like in pregame, that he got like the little individual
Dude,
interview.
Ben Stiller photobombing him and mean mugging him from behind. Did you see that?
no, I didn't see
When
it.
he was like in the hallway. Type in Ben Stiller, Reggie Miller, and you're gonna see Ben Stiller. You know, everybody has to walk through this back corridor at Madison Square Garden, and Reggie Miller's standing there, and you can see Ben Stiller walk behind him and he's pointing and mean mugging.
I love it.
So good.
That's funny.
That's crazy.
So good. There.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shout out Ben Stiller.
Shout out Ben Stiller, man.
Real fan.
Real Knicks fan.
Real fan.
Real Knicks fan.
Yeah.
Shout out to them, man.
Real Knicks fan. But yeah, the OG Anunoby thing is going to hurt seriously. Obviously, look, there was a lot of talk about the broadcast last night because it got super awkward before the game.
Oh, with Shaq.
With Shaq doing the
Yeah, that's not the time.
I don't want you to win the MVP.
That's not the time to
so
do that.
inappropriate.
That's not the time to do that, bro. Because even Jokic had to like laugh it off. Like
He's lucky that it was Jokic who like is that spirited. That is so
That's not the-
inappropriate.
There's a whole lot of people. And the other thing is he wasn't able to concoct a good argument as to why.
He can
If
say
you want
why.
to say, no, if you want to say Gilgeous-Alexander should be the MVP, what I'm saying is Shaq wildly was not prepared to give a persuasive reason as to why he should be, why he is the most valuable.
But even if he had an argument,
even if you
that
did.
is what I'm saying is it's not an unreasonable position.
Yeah. Oh, it's not because
It is
he's my
while
MVP.
you're presenting it to Jokic though. While you're
For
presenting
sure.
it, like keep it until he's gone, and then you guys can have an argument.
You know,
took his
sometimes
moment.
guys
Yeah.
feel this way.
Let him have his moment, bro.
Sometimes guys feel this way, and I can relate to this because I would not do it the same way I did many things when I was a young broadcaster. That being said, I think what goes through these guys' heads, because this has happened to me, where I have been critical of someone and then I just broach it right off the bat because there is this acknowledgement that the audience knows what you've been saying, and now, you keep that
Now
same
you're
energy.
being-
now
you're
you're
being nice.
talking
Yeah,
to
yeah,
him.
okay,
and,
I feel you.
yeah, you spent the whole time when he wasn't on the air talking about how you didn't think he should be the MVP, and then as soon as he's right in your face, you clammed up, right?
Yeah,
I get that.
I feel you on that.
That
yeah.
is what happens.
But there's like a
right?
piece of respect
Of,
too.
of course there is.
Yeah.
Of course there is, right? But and look, I will say this because, and I would do it differently as at my age, certainly, than I did at the time. But Rosa will tell you, when we drafted Hasheem Thabeet, he came into studio the next day, and I knew I had literally run a month-long campaign not to draft him. We had Photoshop contests. We had songs.
Wait.
We had everything.
We killed Michael Jackson, apparently.
Yeah, all of it. We had the Love Train with Kevin Love.
That was the year before.
Oh, okay. I'm
Kevin
sorry.
Love was
That's
the
right,
Derrick
that's right.
Rose
He was the year
draft,
before.
yeah.
I
We
apologize.
ended up with OJ Mayo that year.
That's right. And then, of course, then the next day they bring all the draft picks in. So they bring in Thabeet, they bring in Damari Carroll, they bring in Sam Young. And they're all sitting in the studio. I've just run a month-long campaign. I had the general manager on the team, and I told him I would kill myself on the front steps of FedEx Forum. Like, I mean, again, it was all an act. It was all crazy. But then they bring him in, and I'm like, I have to say something.
You have to.
Mm-hmm. So I said to him, like, look.
With Sam Young and Damari
Yeah, but
Carroll
I feel
there,
like
too.
in a podcast area, that's an appropriate time to say
Dude,
whatever you need to
it did not
say.
feel appropriate when I said it.
What'd you say?
I did not want. Look.
You said it to him?
I hope you become the best Grizzly ever.
Yeah.
I'd be remiss if I didn't say.
See, that's a better way to do
I
it,
did
though.
not want them to draft you. I hope you're great.
But then there's a
But I
discussion.
did not. And he was like, it's okay. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. We got done on the air, and I told Roger, I said, this guy is going to suck.
And you weren't
Because
wrong.
I thought
you
the
weren't
other
wrong.
two looked like they wanted to fight me.
Yeah.
I was like, I wanted you.
So then,
I did want Damari Carroll because he had just punked our ass out in the
Missouri,
tournament.
Missouri.
Oh my God, they ran over us.
Yeah,
And we
never
like
forget-
Sam Young.
And we
never-
like Sam Young because he was on the DeJuan Blair team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I get the whole but it's a mistake. It's a mistake. Shaq shouldn't care if anybody is going to call him out for having, because that's not the way to do it. No. And especially when the guy is coming on because he has just had this. The thing I believe is true is Shaq is for real like a hater about this because he passed him in MVPs. That's why. It's not your normal circumstance.
It gives him
When you
more-
pass him in MVPs
Oh, we know Shaq's known to be a hater,
and you
too.
pass him on the center list.
Yeah, he's known
right.
to be
If
a
we're
hater.
lining it up,
Yeah.
now Jokic has 3 MVPs and Shaq has 2.
Yeah.
That's how that works. So it's a lot. Oh, he has 1.
Yeah, Shaq's got 1.
He has 1. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and we know Shaq to be he's a known hater. Like, he's known to
There
be.
is no way Shaquille O'Neal thinks he should have 1 MVP, and even as good as he thinks this guy is, he should have 3.
Exactly.
That's not right.
Yeah.
I get it. I get that.
Even if he would have said it different, I think it would have gone over better. You know? Because I feel like he said it.
He's presenting the MVP
I know.
award.
Yeah,
There's no,
he's like,
there's no
I think
way.
SGA deserved it, but congratulations on your
Like-
MVP.
Because there is a thing when you look at it, when you do look at it this way.
It's very rude.
It's so rude.
It's like, hey, you won an Emmy award. It's like Taylor Swift.
That's right.
It's like the Kanye Taylor Swift thing. Like, I'm glad you won your award, but you kind of like didn't deserve it.
Like,
Right.
okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I'm gonna let you finish.
I'm gonna let you
It
finish,
is
but-
wild when you put it this way that Nikola Jokic has more MVPs combined than Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant.
That's what he has a problem with.
Yeah,
That's
he don't
what
like
he
that.
does.
He doesn't really think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander should win it because even when he concocted his argument, it felt like he made the argument for Jokic.
Here's the other thing,
right?
too.
Because he was saying it should be the baddest dude in the league,
Yeah.
not necessarily the best player on the best team. Because Jaren tried to make the best player, best team argument,
Which would have gone towards Shea because Shea was.
which is exactly the persuasive argument, you say, look, we have a history in this league. We have done it different a couple times when Westbrook averaged a triple-double. But for years, the NBA MVP has been the best player on the best team more often than not, and that's what's fair.
That's why I said SGA should have won
If you
MVP.
do best player, best team, Jason Tatum's the MVP. The Celtics were the best team in the NBA all year.
That's a fair point.
That is a fair point.
They were the best team by far in the NBA.
I just thought
this
SGA
year.
was the best scorer and also like an elite defender, so that's why I thought he should have been MVP.
The other thing,
And
you
that's a
said
great
Shaq didn't
argument.
make.
There you
Shaq
go.
didn't say that.
There you go.
He didn't make persuasive
argument.
He didn't need it.
I don't know. He said it's the best player in the league, the baddest dude in the league.
Yeah.
And I think you're the best player in the league. He literally told Jokic, I think you're the best player in the league, but I don't think you should have gotten the MVP. So to just say because I only have one.
Because I'm a hater.
The other thing is, I don't watch that show for basketball arguments.
I got you.
Like I don't remember anything those guys ever say about basketball. Like, dude, they make me laugh.
Oh no! When Chuck
That's
Chuck
why
get
you
in the
watch.
what he said? What else, Chuck? What else, Chuck? When he get in that bag, when, he was like, I like this. I like
street meat.
I like street meat. He said,
Hilarious.
What else, Chuck?
Yeah.
That's what we there for.
Yeah.
But also
they make you laugh.
There was a way to present the argument that he just didn't present. And by the way, you were talking about the Tatum thing. How about this? I don't know if you guys have seen this going around. You go MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, Coach of the Year, Clutch Player of the Year, Sixth Man of the Year. So that's 6.
Clutch Player of the Year.
Whatever. But that's 6, right?
Yeah.
6 awards. No
We all in the
Eastern
West?
Conference.
I was just about to say.
Wow.
that is wild, bro.
None of them in the East.
None in the
Crazy.
East.
On top of that, Lang and I did a segment yesterday where we did our best starting 5 you could do with players who weren't in the playoffs, and they were all Western Conference players as well.
So
It's kind of wild
tell
to
me
think
the
about.
East is midi.
Every award
That
is
is-
a Western Conference representative.
That's crazy. Y'all I did not think about that.
It's crazy.
So who?
Even if you go, so you go down to like
All of them. I'm talking. I said MVP. MVP was Jokic. Coach of the Year was Dagnall.
Yeah.
Rookie of the Year was Wemby. Sixth Man of the Year was Nas. Clutch Player of the Year, I can't remember.
Curry, yeah.
And then Gobert, Defensive Player of the Year.
Shout out the Western Conference.
except they got most improved.
Oh, they did?
Maxey.
Maxey won most
So they got
improved,
most
yeah.
improved.
Okay.
Good job, y'all.
Yeah,
You improved better. The
improved
best.
better.
You most improved. But I will say about the awards too. If you look at that, go down that list. Jokic, big. Gobert, big. Wemby, big.
Yep.
Nas, big. Like, yo, you gotta get some size,
Even
man.
go to Rookie of the Year, number 2 was Chet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's all big
Also,
dudes.
I watched this really good interview clip yesterday. It was, I can't remember, so forgive me, I cannot remember who did the interview. It appeared to be like a podcast, but it was about, it was Nas Reed. And it was, he was talking about how he became what he became and has fulfilled this because of him going undrafted in the NBA draft. And he said, I was McDonald's All-American, top 5 in my class, the whole thing. And like basically the humbling, right? And how many times have we talked about this, right? Like guys that have, they've got a chip on their shoulder for a reason, right? Maybe I didn't get a D1 offer, maybe I whatever. And that so many times that the guys that are very highly ranked, you know, then the first time they face adversity, it's very difficult for them. And sometimes they never come out of it, right? Because they've always been the best. And so he talked about how he became what he became because of this, for instance, right? Where he became undrafted and it became, you know, because it was all his. He was considered, and it was another one of those moments because we just experienced it with Gigi, where as we think about this NBA draft, and I brought up all those like top 10 high school guys, that sometimes you look up and all these years later, Nas Reed is the sixth man of the year and nobody remembers him from like the draft because he wasn't
drafted.
involved in the draft.
Yeah.
And you go back and look, and Nas Reed was considered one of the best 5 high school players in the country when he came out.
Number 1 in New Jersey coming out.
Yeah.
Number 4 overall.
Number 4 overall high school player.
Yeah, he was
That's
cold. He was
wild.
cold as hell.
That's
I remember him.
You know what I mean? And that's why, like last year, there were, look, it's so it's so recent that people obviously remembered. Oh wow, well, like Gigi Jackson, like he was the #1 high school player in his class 2 years ago, and then you look up and it's like, oh yeah, of course he's good, right? But sometimes you will see situations like that where it's like, man, this guy was very highly ranked. I think we talked about it with Mitchell Robinson. There's been several guys in the past where it's like, then you go back and look and be like, oh, well, before they ever went to college, they were considered, like they played against these peers for 18 years in many cases. Mm-hmm. And they were always considered one of the best 4 or 5 guys. So what's happened here, right? And sometimes they just never fulfill their destiny. But then other times you look up and it's like, here's this guy saying, I needed to be humbled.
Yep.
Right? And I think that's Gigi said that when he did the podcast with you, Kels. It's like there's a reality check that comes along with going 45.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, like there was never a mock draft in history until that dismal year at South Carolina that Gigi Jackson was not in the top 5. Never. From the time he was probably a sophomore in high school. He was always supposed to be the #1 pick and we look back and it's like, bro, he probably would be this year.
Yeah.
He would, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
We're very lucky.
Very lucky.
Yeah.
He probably would be the #1 pick in this draft.
Yeah, I think so.
Bro, he scored 40-something points in a game. Like, what did he average? 17 post All-Star or something? I mean, he clearly showed he can go. Yeah, and he did it against best players, too.
Yeah, 18 a game, 5 rebounds, and 1.6 assists.
And shot threes.
Yeah, Gigi
I mean, he got it to the point
hooping.
where Jaren Jackson came in here and said he could be the best at his position.
Yeah.
So
one thing
he was always supposed to be that.
And Jared said,
right? There was some kind of
he's hard
setback.
on him.
And the point
because
is, Naz Reid was always supposed to be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then he just wasn't.
He was like, the thing is that even at LSU, he was second on the team in scoring at LSU, but like it's just his size. People were like, yo, he can't play in the league.
Yeah.
How tall is he?
He's 6'10", 250.
Yeah.
He's a big dude, but he got guard skills though. Like he can get the ball around. You hear Jaren last night talk about the big stuff? Talk about because that raised my eyebrow if you start talking about bigs and about what basically what we need.
Oh yeah.
Without saying it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they were talking about he was saying being able to roam is huge, and I'm like, so you basically want a massive center next to you.
They know.
We got to put just a massive dude next to him. He can get back to,
they need more than that.
Nobody wants one more than him because Steve Kerr wouldn't do it in Team USA, and then the Grizzlies couldn't do it during the year. He just went through an entire offseason and then year with nobody with size.
Yeah, and you wonder why people are asking, why didn't you get a vote for Depoy? Because he is the best, and when he can roam,
for sure.
Yeah, he won it when we had Steven.
Yeah, when he can roam around, he can do his thing.
Correct.
Like he's a good switchable defender.
He can cover too. He can cover when he gets to roam. He covers for others out there.
Yeah, shout out Trey.
But there needs to be somebody else with size.
Yeah,
they'll
especially
they'll
when
fix
you
it.
have a small backcourt.
Yeah. If I were in my younger days, I would have loved to have done the super hot take about something I saw on House of Highlights this morning.
I love when you say.
Let me go look at what you saw on House of Highlights this morning. Let me see. Let me see if I can guess what you're talking about.
Go ahead.
Hang on.
Hold on. Let me guess what you saw. Okay. I can probably usually predict
It's NBA.
Okay. Is NBA related?
Yep.
Blue Edwards was a problem.
No.
Anthony Peeler.
Oh, I saw one.
It's not Paul Skeens being called up to the MLB?
What? I just told you it's NBA related.
Oh, my bad.
What's wrong with you? I literally said that 5 seconds
bro,
ago.
I wasn't listening, bro. Those 5 seconds I tuned out.
What are you listening to?
I'm looking at my phone. Is it not the Luka Doncic thing? Is that it?
What's the Luka Doncic?
Maybe Luka Doncic needs to get off Overwatch and start focusing on the playoffs.
Oh!
Get off what?
Overwatch, video game.
He's a top 500 player on Overwatch, too.
What is that?
He's a top 500 player in the world now.
What is
And apparently somebody was on the game last night playing with him. And he said,
they were playing. Look, against it. Hey, it's amazing, too.
Yeah.
If you watch the clip, his name's Donatello on there.
Yeah.
And they were like, so they're talking. And he's like, Donatello. He's like, what do you do? And he's like, I I play basketball. He's like, oh, that's cool. He's like at a gym or like you on a team or what? He's like, Dallas Mavericks. He's like, wait, what? He's like, are you kidding, man? He's like, Donatello, you play for the Mavericks? He's like, yes. He's like, can I get your autograph? They're literally playing Overwatch with Luka Doncic. And cool. the title of the post was Luka Doncic been grinding on and off the court. Yeah. He's a top 500 player on Overwatch now or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like
fine.
No, not when you're Dallas Dillon Brooks. Sorry.
Why? Every time I'm on here.
Kelcey,
he
it's
really
just
has.
a term. It's a term for taking the most threes while shooting the lowest percentage.
Yeah.
That's all.
You see
that's called Dilloning.
It's called Dilloning. Hashtag Dilloning.
No, I don't like this.
You don't.
You see the other story about Luka that came out this morning? The anonymous veteran assistant coach.
Yeah, that's cap. I hate that crap.
Yeah, I hate the anonymous.
Hate that crap.
He says you could almost sense a sour relief among Luka Doncic's teammates when he checks out of a game. And I quote, "It's a sense of, hey, now we get to play. It's difficult to have any rhythm when you're not touching the ball."
I hate that crap. Veteran anonymous assistant coach who could be on any team in
Put
the
your
league.
name
who
on
just
it.
Probably got their
Put
ass
your name
kicked
on
by
it.
Dallas or something.
Which is worse,
like, dude,
veteran?
Put your name on it.
Anonymous coach or anonymous restaurant owner in Memphis that says John Morant's a prick.
I think the second was the best.
That was the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. You're gonna be mad all over again.
Anonymous restaurant owner
That's
said,
crazy.
This guy's a prick.
Yeah, I think that's why I said. I think they're tied for worse, bro. They're both lame as hell.
That's insane.
Anonymous
Anonymous. That's crazy.
Get out of my
Stop with
face
the anonymous stuff, bro. If you're gonna stand on business, bro. Who you think said it? Who you think said
You
it?
can just make that up.
I mean, you can.
I could just say anonymous nail salon lady said Devin is mean. And who's gonna stop? I mean, it's anonymous.
I mean, it's anonymous. Who's gonna stop me?
That's right.
Like I say, anonymous. Yeah, you can anonymous anything.
No, especially if you say something that has a real shred of truth to it. That could be true.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
That could be true.
Like, I'm so sick and tired of watching this dude dribble the basketball.
Like, that could be true. That they're like, I've got to run and defend, and I, like, literally touch the ball twice that half. Like, that's not fun.
Oh, wait.
Like, you know what I mean?
Wait.
Like, it could be true.
Marcus, what's Morris is on the team? Markieff?
No, Marcus.
Marcus Morris? I think he just responded to it. Hold on.
No. Marcus Morris is not on their team.
Which Morris is on the Mavs?
Marcus Morris was the guy that played for the Cavs.
Is Markieff on the team?
He came in when Jared Allen was out.
Markieff's on the Mavs.
Yeah.
Hold on. He responded to it.
He responded to the Luka Doncic thing?
Yeah, he did.
Well, he doesn't play. What does he know?
Of course
he doesn't care.
He said, he quote tweeted, and I quote, "Cap, we're trying to win a chip. Go ahead with this foolishness. Hashtag PRAVI MVP. I don't know what that means.
PRAV?
MVP. You see it? Yeah.
I can't see that far.
Okay. But yeah. So do you think there's a...
Look.
Enough with anonymous sources.
Luka Doncic can't be talking to randos on video games until he starts playing well.
Oh,
again.
yeah, he can.
So the streets
I
are
say this was what I wish I would have. If I was 20 years younger,
If you're 20 years
I
younger,
could look
this
at this
is-
and be like,
Yeah.
what the hell?
Colin Cowherd probably do it for you.
For sure.
He's back to back on wild takes.
I am
Why are you wearing your hat backwards?
Yeah.
Bro, he's done that.
Why are you Dougie and John Wall?
That's at this point he knows what he's doing when he says it.
Of course he does. You're all talking about Colin Cowherd.
Yeah.
He's just trying to go
That's why.
viral.
He knows
Yes.
it. He knows at
He
this
knows
point
that
it's goofy.
That was ridiculous.
The more I say stuff that stands out,
Dude, he did this.
there's no bad publicity.
He did the same thing with
And that's what
Brock.
I was
Yes.
saying. 20 years ago, I would have cared about that. I would have been like, I want everybody to pay attention to me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say, this is like, if I tweeted out, it's ridiculous that Luka Doncic is spending this much time on video games to the point where he's
top 500
You shouldn't be.
in the world.
There's nothing. You shouldn't be proud of a guy being in a top 100 in the world in Overwatch when he can't even score against the friggin' Oklahoma City Thunder. It's a joke.
Yeah.
And oh my God! I mean, you'd set off World War III on the friggin' on the internet.
Oh, you will.
You know what I mean?
1,000%.
I mean, I don't care if the guy plays video games or not.
Yeah, no,
it's just fun.
It's a hobby, bro.
That's certainly what you can do in different cities. Oh God, I watched one the other day. There was a clip that was on my feed. It was the guys in Boston, and they were one of them was basically saying, "Who cares if Boston wins the championship? Like this shouldn't even like count." Like he's saying this in Boston. He's like, isn't part of like the fun of winning a championship, the challenge to get through? He's like, this is just like a walkthrough. Oh. He's like, you might as well just be playing in an AAU tournament or something. Like, should we even like have a parade? I mean, like, okay.
Damn.
And so it's like, dude, no. But then, of course, everybody gets mad because it's like, oh my God, it's gotten to the point where winning a championship's not enough. We have to win a type of championship. Yeah. Right? But you know that guy's just doing it so that you get the clip goes around everywhere, right? Yeah. And then I saw it.
Let's stop giving.
It was funny as hell. It's funny to me.
Views.
It was funny.
People just be saying stuff, bro.
Yeah. No, I know.
I mean,
like even like the Paul George clip, like
But then everybody,
we used to be when
who cares?
When we were both starting over there, or you had already started, but dude, we used to say so much stupid stuff.
You
like
can
hot
prey.
take stuff that
Look, it's a whole industry now to prey on people getting fake mad.
Yeah.
For 20 seconds.
Yes.
Seriously. We started the show with it.
You can clip
you guys
anything.
If you guys met Ethan Strauss, you'd love him, but you hate his guts today.
People say
I don't hate his guts.
Nobody hates his guts. We just like the chat,
if you
bro.
were ever around him, you would like him.
But like just like the chat. Just to preface this, we can have a conversation and have different opinions and people not get mad. Like that's what people do. Like as humans. That's
for sure.
That's like this.
But I'm
like,
saying you saw the response to that, and it's like, oh my God,
yeah,
this is not that big of a deal.
I actually didn't see the response. I just saw what Devin sent me and went, "That's stupid."
Yeah, literally said that's stupid.
But the reason it got so much traction is because people get fake mad.
Is because somebody clips up this
That's
one
right.
little part.
Say,
not
it
the whole
happens to me
and
twice a month.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They'll clip out something that I said, and it it's like the whole conversation is omitted, and it's the 20 seconds that they hated.
Yeah, but like I said,
and
it's
then
just
it goes out there.
People are allowed to have different opinions, guys. Just let you know.
Oh, P-Bev.
What happened?
Pat Bev, 4 games.
For
his throwing a basketball at a fan
and
twice
the post game thing probably.
I'm saying I would thought of way more.
Dude, I would have thought 25 to 30 easy on that.
Okay, that's a little excessive.
For throwing a
not,
dude, if you whiz a basketball,
he did throw it twice.
You
He did
throw the ball at the
He
fans.
did throw that
Like,
joint
you
twice.
can't do that.
I mean, if you were a fan and you threw a soda can or whatever, I guess you can't even have cans. If you threw a beer, you'd get a lifetime ban.
The
now, I
last
get
time
it.
that happened,
you're not
Ron
supposed to do
Artest
that,
ran
right?
in the crowd.
There's a decorum. You're not allowed to do that. But people now get thrown out of.
But you get banned from arenas for cursing at players now.
Yeah, so yeah, it's for that.
You don't even have to curse.
You don't have to curse.
You can say
You could say Westbrook could get.
Westbrook.
Westbrook.
Preface: unless you're Shannon Sharp courtside at a Grizzlies-Lakers game, then you don't
Yeah,
get
then
thrown
you
out.
can
You get
fist
welcome
fight
back
the
to your
entire
seat.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
The rules are different for Memphis.
You big Shannon fan too?
Stop.
Stephen A.
Actually, bro, he's the one that opened the floodgates of all this stuff happening in 2024. So shout out to him.
Cat Williams.
That's true.
He's so shout out to him for that.
I am surprised he did not get more.
I'm way surprised.
Yeah, now you say the basketball thing, throwing the ball at somebody's face, yeah, Rose, you're
Throwing
right.
a basketball multiple times at spectators.
Yeah, you can't do that, bro.
That's inappropriate interaction. That's all of it.
That's what I'm saying as a package.
That's the ball and
Yeah, he should have got more than that.
Inappropriate interaction with a reporter.
You're right.
My guess is because Pat Bev did say that they had tried to say something to security to tell those people because they've been talking to him the entire game, yelling stuff at him, and that they had.
Okay, Rosa, you can't get back. They said 1, 2, 3 Cancun.
No,
that's
he
funny.
didn't even say anything
No,
like.
but
threatening to his
that's
family
one
or-
thing that was reported that was said. Who knows what else they said? If they said it was going on all game, then they're doing more than just saying 1, 2, 3
If something
Cancun.
was that bad, Pat Bev would have hopped on his podcast and said, "The guy who said this to me."
He's a sore loser.
Probably true, but Kelcey, I would never know that with Pat Bev because I don't subscribe to his podcast,
Well,
so he
you
would
can't
never talk to
interview
me.
Yeah, I saw a clip of
The
him.
only one I
talking
listen
about
to
that.
is Theo Pinson's.
So you mean to tell me you don't listen to Andre Drummond's?
I forgot that existed.
Oh, me too.
Thanasis Antetokounmpo.
Thanasis had a good one. I actually saw a clip from his pod.
What was it? Him?
Yeah, these NBA players are getting good about getting the clips.
Was it him like talking about how he tore his Achilles yesterday?
No, it was actually super fascinating.
Let me go see.
I'm going to give him credit.
Okay. Let's see.
He asks a player. I don't know if he does this with everybody. I just saw the one. He asks a player about their game day schedule, and Donovan Mitchell said, "What time's the game?" And Thanasis said 7 o'clock. And he went through, I mean, it was literally like every 20 to 30 minutes. Yes. And he goes, and then from 73 to 68, I'm there. And at 68 to 63, I'm there. Then I know I've got X amount of time. And like he just went through his entire day, the nap, the everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. Take away the nap thing, that's from basically 10:30 in the morning until game time. His whole everything is to the minute structured.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I was
a lot of the top guys are like that.
I was like, that is super impressive to me. You know what I mean?
Get on the bus at the same time.
See if you can find that, Jalen. It was going around yesterday, but it was Donovan Mitchell. It was like, I think I might have. It's unfair because I might have seen it on like Instagram. It's probably that's probably the most likely thing. But it was Donovan Mitchell explaining his schedule.
Because if you type his name in right now, I talk about how the hell he tore his Achilles.
Finalysis is the name of the podcast, right?
Finalysis show.
Yeah.
Like on Twitter, it's the
So I don't know.
Finalysis
Somebody
show.
else might have clipped it. It might not have even been.
The only ones I'm seeing are him talking about his favorite arenas to play in.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on Twitter/X.
Yeah, so it might not show up, but I thought it was super interesting. So I'll give him credit for that.
Shout out to Thanasis.
Somebody clipped it.
Shout out to
and
the
put it
players who have podcasts.
Okay, don't do that.
Thanasis?
Don't shout out all of them.
He tore his Achilles too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He tore his Achilles doing nothing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Podcasting.
Oh,
This
my
is a
bad.
dangerous deal, bro.
It is dangerous, bro.
At any given time, I could fall off this chair. All right. In fact, I might right now. Take a break. We'll come back after this. Chris Vernon Show.
I think we have the college basketball title futures. UConn's #1.
I really like Houston. I'd have them winning it all, but you can't be giving Drake jerseys. What is wrong with you?
Maybe the Drake curse is stronger in college basketball.
How long has he been riding with Kentucky?
He wore an Alabama jersey and Saban retired.
The Odds Couple with Rob Fisher, Lang Whitaker, John Roser, and CJ Hurt live Thursdays at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Now for a limited time, the new $1.99 crispy tender wraps are here at Sonic. Who could deny a crispy chicken tender with bold flavors like hickory barbecue and cheesy Baja? And we can't forget the crisp lettuce and melty cheese to make the perfect bite. Wrap yourself up with some TLC, tender, love, and chicken for only $1.99. Sonic $1.99 crispy tender wraps. Tax not included, limited time only at participating Sonic drive-ins.
Take your fandom to the next level with the official Grizzlies app. Go all access and behind the scenes.
It's got to be heavy defense. That's where it starts for us.
Personalized to where you are and who you are. Get easy access to ticketing, the game day guide, and your own app customization right at your fingertips. Upgrade your experience and download the Grizzlies app today.
Let's talk about MVPs.
Let's do it. I went with the Joker.
Oh my God, Nikola freaking Jokic.
Every time I watch him play, I am so impressed.
I'm obsessed with him.
Yeah.
Everything he does works. He can pass, he can shoot, he can rebound, he can drive, he can defend. Like, he can do everything.
He can lead the fast break, and he's like 7-1.
IMHO with Lang Whitaker and me, Kelcey Wright Johnson, on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Funny thing about gas, people constantly complain about the price of gas. Those same people that will complain about paying $2.80 for a gallon of gas
We'll
will
drive
pay
right around the corner. Yeah.
$9 for a cup this big.
Yep. I am people.
Can you believe these gas prices? Give me a $12 cup of coffee.
I am those people.
It's wild out there, man.
The Gary Parrish Show, live weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
I will take High School Musical with my 5th and final pick because it is a sports movie. You do got to get your head in the game. I love High School Musical. I love musicals. Sports and musicals can coexist in this beautiful world. What a beautiful, beautiful movie. Even though High School Musical 1 is not even the best of the High School Musicals.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. When it's all on the line, you turn to the strong, the stable, the unwavering, to those with a history of raising their performance to meet the moment. It's true in basketball. It's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle. Play hard. Bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by January 12th, and you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account and be entered into our Grizmas drawing. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
LifeCare Ambulance is proud to be an official partner of the Memphis Grizzlies and FedEx Forum. At LifeCare, they wear their hearts with pride. Their passion is their people. They want you to love what you do and where you do it. Their employee-driven culture encourages a healthy work-life balance and supportive work environment. They invest in your success and well-being so that you can provide the best care for the patients that they serve. Join the incredible team of EMTs and paramedics in Memphis, Nashville, and across the nation today. Learn more at lifecareamb.com.
Heart Royal Flush Tour 2024. November 14th, FedEx Forum. A journey through the hits and timeless classics. The iconic band returns with special guests. Jason Bonham's Led Zeppelin Evening. Tickets on sale now at heart-music.com. Heart with Jason Bonham's Led Zeppelin Evening. Produced by AEG Presents. Nate Bargatze, the Be Funny Tour.
I mean, Chuck E. Cheese is rough. I don't know if you've been there in a while. They look like they're trying to go to business and they can't.
All new material.
They filed for bankruptcy and they're still open. They called Blockbuster and they're like, how do you get out? We want out.
Nate Bargatze, Friday, May 31st, FedEx Forum. Tickets available at FedEx Forum Box Office or Ticketmaster.com. Produced by Outback Presents. Nate Bargatze, the Be Funny Tour.
Welcome back to the Chris Vernon Show on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app, presented by Caesars Sportsbook. Now, back to your host, Chris Vernon.
Aye, monster on the beat, Debo, any rap. He a freak throw, man down, call like Amber Lambs, tell him breathe, bro. Nella to the cross, he walk around like Tizo. What's up with these jabroni trying to see Compton? The industry can hate me. Marlon, they mama, how many options you got? I mean, it's too many options. I'm feeling body, I'm John Stockton.
Chris Vernon
He chose to hide the Bible if God watching. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show.
All right, we're back. Show's brought to you by Caesars Sportsbook. You can go to your app store, you can type in Caesars Sportsbook, and you can download it for free. You can use it legally in the state of Tennessee. And new users get up to $1,000 back as a bonus bet if you lose your first wager. Use the code GCM1000. GCM1000. Caesars Sportsbook.
I have to turn that song down because you're doing that live reading. All I can hear are the words to that song, too, and it's like, I just don't want to say it.
Great song.
Wop, 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 wop. All right, what do we got tonight?
We got two games tonight. We've got Cavs at Celtics, game 2 from the Garden.
Cavs, Celtics, I'll say 12 and a half.
You're close.
You're
13
close.
and a half. 13 and a half. 13 and a half.
Another butt whipping on the way.
Mavericks, OKC, game 2 from Oklahoma City and whatever the name of their arena is.
It is the Paycom Center, Roser.
The Paycom Center.
Come on now.
Think I'm gonna go the same way I did the last time. I'll say 4.5.
No. 5.
Oh, I was close. 5. I was
Usually
close.
He's like, oh, you're close. He just said no.
No, he's just hating.
He's
hating.
He's Shaq.
There's 5.5.
Jalen the GOAT, who works on the video side for us, found the clip I was talking about with Donovan Mitchell and Thanasis Antetokounmpo. Kelcey. Where I was saying, like, one of the good things about the Athlete Podcast is every once in a while they'll get these athletes on. And then I saw a clip that was going around where Donovan Mitchell was explaining his day-to-day routine. that he does if the game is on, if the game is at 7 o'clock at night, and I think he's found it.
All right?
Yeah.
All right, bet. So shoot around ends at 11. I get to the hotel, be done eating about 12. Stretching and done with stretching by 1:30. Go cold tub from 1:30 to 1:45. Get out, get in the shower, be asleep by 2, be up by 3:30. Get in the car at 4:15 to get here by 4:30. Be on the table at 4:40, be done at 5:25. After 5:30, I have to be eating because it's 90 when the clock countdown. At 82 on the clock, I got to be on the table to treat. Once that's done, I have until 75, 74 to get dressed. So from about 73 to about 68, I'm in there doing weights and stuff like that. Then I'm on the court. Now between 65 and 63, I start shooting at 60 o'clock. I have to be done by 38-ish. And then I get into the locker room for a meeting at 36.
That sounds about right. The only point,
Except for the fact that he got in the cold tub and 15 minutes later he was asleep.
okay, only question I have.
Bring your temperature down to go to sleep. That's why you should sleep in the cold.
Yeah, there you go, science. Only question I have.
Science!
Only question I have with Don, though. He doesn't take the bus to the game. He gets a private car.
No. I think he was saying that's probably home games.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Probably home games. All right, let's play fill in the blank.
But he said that. What did he say? At what on the clock he
I love
eats?
fill in the blank.
I love fill in the
There
blank.
you go. Hey, Nick's right, bro. I love how the Nationals looking at him like he's like
Like he's never had a game day routine ever.
It's just minute to minute from 63 to 58. I'm
And
doing
you know
this.
he
And
knows
then
it.
it's like,
the bank.
wow.
TA would have said, that's, 90 on the clock. There's 90 up there, so I got to eat. He would tell you that the beat was eating when there's like 25 on the clock.
That's right.
eating the meal at 20.
Hot
dog bun.
You're going to have hot dog bun in your belly.
I think Onassis' editing crew could have done better.
All right, so you heard the entire Madison Square Garden crowd chanting F you, Reggie, last night when Jalen Brunson was taking free throws. You would never hear an F you somebody chant at a Grizzly game, but the most disliked player, most disliked opponent here is...
Fill in the blank, sucker.
Recent?
Obviously, he's a former.
All timer or just like recently since like we've been.
Who do you think would elicit the strongest response?
Draymond Green.
Draymond Green.
You think so?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right now.
Or Andre
Draymond.
Iguodala.
It
We
used
still
to be
hate him.
Steven Adams, right? Like
No, we
I wasn't
still-
here when
There was certainly a time when Adams was.
It used to be.
Oh, the year
Chris
after
Paul.
Zebo got suspended for Game 7. Oh,
It
yeah.
used to be Chris Paul, and we never got an FU Chris Paul chant in that arena.
We also
But
hated
that-
Blake Griffin.
We did hate Blake Griffin.
Yes.
It's 100% Draymond Green
like
because
the
I've
real-
heard it in there. Like in my era here.
You think it's
I've heard the
Draymond?
most
Draymond by a wide margin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anybody even on the list?
I think I say Iguodala. We still hate. I mean, they didn't even.
they
Our
did
fans
hate
didn't even care about the Rui Hachimura stuff, which I'm mad about.
They weren't as tapped in this year.
They weren't tapped in. They were not tapped in.
Yeah, I don't blame them.
Clay, maybe.
Because of the.
Clay. I mean,
Oh,
there,
because
there,
he
there
called
was some
Jaren
heat-
a bum.
There was heat for a little bit with
Yeah,
Clay.
he called
Yeah.
Jaren a bum. Yeah, we didn't appreciate that.
Well, because Draymond was always like buddy with Ja.
Yeah.
But Clay appeared to hate all of us.
He did.
He hated Dylan. He hated Ja.
Hated the whole
He hated
squad.
everything
But he
about
loved
it.
Memphis though.
Yeah.
Like he loves like the culture of Memphis. which
He
is
just
crazy.
hated everything about us.
But if you were to power rank him, probably like Draymond,
So pretty much the Warriors.
Iguodala, and Clay.
There's going to be more Lord of the Rings, they say.
Oh, great.
It's not exactly a series that I have watched. That being said, I have watched many other movie series. Your favorite movie series is...
Fill in the blank, sucker.
And this also going to be a big summer, right? There's the Wolverine and Deadpool one coming out, which is part of, obviously, their series. There's the Joker 2 that's coming out. There's a bunch of them. I saw some headline about a Princess Diaries 3 that's being proposed. I mean, like, there's a lot of movies that have several portions to them.
Look, the Batman, the Dark Knight, and the Dark Knight Rises is all three of those are really, really good. Like, I think some
I
of these
agree.
others you
Those
can
are
find
good.
holes in them.
Yeah.
Like, those three are really, really good.
But a series of movies.
I'll go Friday.
Like
Next
the-
Friday after next.
Like The Lord of the Rings or like...
Oh, I gotta be like that.
No. I'm saying something like
Friday
that that's got
works.
like... Yeah,
Friday
works.
works.
Friday, next. Like I will still watch those to this day.
Yeah.
Like, and I'll still laugh.
Yeah.
Like, cause I don't, y'all know I don't watch movies.
Yeah. That's that absolutely
The
works.
Oceans movies, like Ocean's 11. Was that a series?
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Like
You like all those?
I watched them growing up and liked them because my parents liked them, but like we rewatched them a lot.
Yeah, a lot of these I have not rewatched in a long time. I thought you would say Wick.
Do love John Wick.
Oh, The Hangover.
Hangover is elite too.
But the other ones weren't good enough.
The 2 and 3.
I love the Bourne movies.
2's not bad.
I love the Bourne movies.
Oh, wasn't there 3 Takens? That's one of my favorite movies.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like
and I love the Bond ones too.
Yeah.
Fast and Furious was good until Tokyo Drift. When they started putting Bow Wow.
Yeah,
in
but
movies.
that's early in the series. You got to skip over that one.
Rush Hour.
Because there's about 10 after that.
Yeah, for me it's the Batman.
Cars
or
and explosions.
The box set.
For me, it'd be the Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy or John Wick. I will say for John Wick, like, because what I feel about the Nolan stuff and the John Wick, they haven't missed. Now, John Wick, they're going to make more of them, so we'll see. Like, as you make more and more, eventually it's
They're
hard.
wildly
It's hard.
entertaining.
But like, they haven't missed with the John Wick stuff yet. They're all awesome.
Ooh, we got some breaking news, by the way. We got to bring this up next week with Tony's boy.
Who?
Glenn Big Baby Davis
Davis
has been sentenced to 3.5 years in prison for his scheme to fraud the NBA's insurance plan.
Okay, so let me just speak on this very quickly. While Tony's not here. Because obviously, look, I love Tony like family. I was talking to him throughout the entire thing, and the thing that I was most happy about the entire time is that Tony got unbelievable advice. When all that stuff went down, and at the very beginning of it, I told people, I said, look now, I've been dealing with this guy for over a decade. I talk to him all the time. He has been a part of my show for a long time. If you think he is some kind of diabolical mastermind of anything, you are out of your mind. I can hardly get into the studio.
Right.
Like, the idea that he planned anything, if you want to say he was goofy, I'll accept it. Tony realized what was going on and immediately made amends and said, I did this. I am totally in the wrong. I am extremely sorry. Here is every bit of money I got and more. It's the best I can do. You know what I mean? All of those, goofy bastard got horrible advice. What happens is you cannot, there was no getting out of this, bro. The feds get you, you're tapped. Yep. They've got your texts, they've got your calls, they've got your emails, they know. So the only thing you can do with that, but medical fraud happens all the time. Yeah. Every day in this country. Yeah. There's hundreds and thousands of cases 99% of which settle, right? Mm-hmm. I did this, I'm sorry. I will take whatever penalty you want to give me. Here, I did not benefit a dollar from this, right? Everybody you see that Clinton Portis was the first one, remember, in football, right? Because they said, you bought this stuff that you have with this money that you said. And he said, no, I didn't. These guys, no, I did not do this. Or they tried to cover something up, or they lied. They lied.
Yeah.
They said they didn't do it. Bro, now you're dead. Now they're hammering you. Now they're making an example of you. And so, shout out to Tony's legal counsel and the people that were around him, because he got the absolute best advice ever, which is, I did this. I am in the wrong. I am sorry. How can I make amends? These guys tried to say I didn't do it. Big Baby tried to get a professor from Columbia University to say he was retarded.
He did.
I'm not kidding.
He did. He did.
He did. It's in the documents.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
That he was legally retarded. He said that. It's in the article. Anybody can go find it. Stop. It says it in the... You guys are impossible. You guys are impossible. I can't have a serious conversation.
No,
I wasn't even laughing about this.
You can't.
It's like this.
You forgot who you were talking to, bro.
It's like in The Sopranos.
Why can't you guys be mature?
I think I think you know why.
It was his defense.
I think you know why.
It was his defense. 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 It was his def It's what he used as a defense.
In his defense, he probably was watching The Sopranos because Junior Soprano did that.
Anyways, look, Will Bynum, who's saved Tony's life in many ways. Same thing. Will got 18 months last week. I don't know if you saw that story. He did. Will got 18 months. Yeah. And Big Baby was also. They were not supposed to be just out and about doing whatever. Big Baby was like sitting courtside at Celtics games.
And on planes eating Popeyes with a bunch of money.
I mean,
I'll never forget that.
He might be.
And he was on BMF. He was like what was his character?
Where you you had to memorize your lines. He was a character on there.
Yeah, I think he's on BMF.
Plus, he's been in the public eye forever.
His character
Just
was crazy on BMF.
Crazy. So, anyways, it sucks for those guys that they got terrible advice. Truly, you weren't getting out of that. You weren't getting out of it. They did what they said. Keon Dooling, he was president of the Players Association.
Yeah.
He got smashed in that. Go look what he got. Him and Terrence Williams got throttled.
Former Grizzly.
Throttled.
Former Grizzly Keon Dooling.
Yes. They got throttled. Keon Dooling and Terrence Williams.
They got 30 months each. 30 months each. That means good baby.
Bro,
Big Baby got the shaft, bro. 3.5 years.
It's because of the way he went about it.
Yeah, he tweaking.
Yeah, terrible advice. Like truly terrible advice. And now he's going to be in jail for 3.5 years.
I just had to bring up that story because I know that had some significance.
It did.
Our boy.
Kelcey, go ahead.
Oop. Sorry, I was looking up how old he is. He's 38, in case you guys were wondering.
Big Baby's 38?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Young. I mean, he was on the 08 Celtics.
Do I have 3?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I can openly admit that when the New York Knicks brought on Jalen Brunson as their superstar, I thought it was funny because I didn't think he was this good.
Okay.
One player that you were initially wrong about, good or bad, is...
Fill in the blank, sucker. I mean, there's been a billion. Yeah.
Okay, the biggest one.
Do
one that
your
comes to
starting
mind that
five.
surprised you the most.
Do your starting 5. I got a couple too.
I would say that has surprised me the most. Oh, I'll give you a good one that certainly surprised me because this started at Summer League, and I was like, this guy is awful. And then he was good on a 65-loss team, and then he turned crappy again, and I used that to think, oh, I was right about him originally, and it's marketing.
You thought he was ass.
Oh, I thought he was ass. When I saw him at Summer League, I'm like, are you serious? And then he had this great little run with the Bulls, but they lost every night. Mm-hmm. And then he went to the and he turned back into crap. Yep. And I was like, oh, that's what I was right originally. Yeah. And now he's like all NBA.
Yeah, all-star.
No, he's a good one that I gave up. Like I would never have suspected Lauri Markkanen would turn into what he has turned into.
Yeah, I got a good one too. Mine is probably he's in the playoffs right now. Chet Holmgren. Remember, I was like, nah, he's not gonna hold up. Too skinny, can't do this. This man shooting step back trays, crossover tween step. I'm like, okay, maybe you nice, but I go. Chet Holmgren's probably mine for right now, currently.
We had him. I thought Josh Jackson was going to be awesome. Coming out of Kansas, I thought he was good. Now I didn't know. I don't know about all the other. I did not know all the other stuff behind the scenes. And there were.
You also don't know if he wouldn't have gotten drafted to that Phoenix situation.
If he would have gotten drafted in a better situation.
Where is Josh Jackson right now, bro?
He's not in the league.
No,
he was with the Pistons last.
Let me see where he's at right now. Because he's young.
He had a little run with us on that.
He's 27 years old, bro.
Because he
should
played,
be his prime.
Because he played for the Hustle for part of that season. Dude, he was by far the best player in the G League. Like, he was so awesome.
Stockton Kings were here right now.
And then he played with the Grizzlies for a little bit that season.
And is also the sweetest kid in the world. He just could never get out of his own way.
Yeah.
Bro, we played in the G League showcase in Vegas. And they told me like every GM and NBA guy in the world is there. They're all and of course he's the best player on the team. And it's like 3 a.m. and he's smoking cigs and drinking at the table in the casino where all of them are staying.
Yeah.
Just can't stay out. He just can't stay out of his own way. Like,
that's,
bro,
that's
like
a,
what?
That's a crazy duo.
That's just crazy. That's crazy, right?
That's a nasty duo at 4 a.m.
Yeah,
it's crazy. And then all the talent evaluators are walking by, and they're all chirp.
Of course.
To the point where I heard about it.
Like, is that Josh Jackson?
Yeah.
Is that Josh Jackson?
They're like, dude, Josh Jackson was probably the best player there, but he was smoking and drinking at the freaking
he was the
blackjack table at 3 a.m.
I called all those games.
You don't have a job, bro.
There were a lot of decisions that I'm sure if he would look
Every
back.
hustle game that he played in that season, for whatever time that he played in before he got called up to the Grizzlies, whether it was a road game or home game, dude, he was the best player on the court.
No
in the
question.
The best player on
He's
the court.
also a sweet guy.
He's a good dude.
kind.
Yeah.
He got baby mama from Memphis. Shout out to him.
All right, what else we got?
One commercial throughout your whole life that you can remember
What a pro wants.
Don't you dare.
What a pro needs.
that either influenced you or de-influenced you from its product the most is?
Fill in the blank, sucker. The
easy answer is Jordan.
Jordan Gatorade.
For sure.
I had
Jordan
my mom
Gatorade. You
I had
all
my
want a
mom
Gatorade.
drive me around St. Louis trying to find citrus cooler.
Yeah. Jordan
flavor,
Gatorade
because that's
was-
what he drank in the thing. Everything Jordan did, I wanted. Bo Jackson, same thing. I wanted the shoes. I wanted to be like Bo. All those had a profound effect on me. Like, that was the golden era of the athlete commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have those.
And so, yeah, no,
Yeah.
you saw those and wanted, you really, the other thing is we didn't know, there was no social media. We didn't know these guys personally, really. You know, except for maybe in a Ahmad Rashad interview you would see with Michael Jordan, but you didn't, and whatever branding they put out. So
It's
like,
gotta be the
Come
shoes.
Fly With Me,
Yeah.
documentary, and it's about him and whatever. So like, they were real, like, there's been a loss of like real heroes.
Yeah, so y'all know I'm a Nike kid. I love Nike to like the core of me. But like when I was a kid, when I saw that doom,
Oh, yeah.
they when they were dribbling,
Yes.
they were
With Jay
doing
Will and Rasheed Wallace and
bro,
all them.
one of my favorite commercials ever.
Yeah.
And probably number 2 is the LeBron. You remember the LeBron commercials? So they
Yeah,
used to
the
wear like the
LeBrons.
LeBron T-shirts when he was like a cartoon, and I used to like see those commercials and be like, "Yo, I want that shirt so bad."
Oh yeah, and
So
I
would go buy
wasn't
it.
just Nike either, because the Jada Kiss Iverson ones, I for
That
sure
was,
went
that
out and
was
got
hard.
the Iversons.
That was. I tried to. So
I was always profoundly like into those, like what was on the commercial. I wanted what was on the commercial.
Yeah.
When as a kid.
Yeah, same here. Like you remember it was a Nike campaign they did, The Second Coming. You remember that? When Joel Santana did the soundtrack?
Yep.
The Second Coming, The New Beginning. I was like, I guess I was middle school. I told my dad, they came out in the jumpsuits, these Nike jumpsuits. I said, Dad, I need one of those jumpsuits.
Yeah.
So like, yeah. A lot of basketball stuff is like, I need those. Need it.
You know what one, like, I guess didn't really work for me? Well, it did for a second, was the, like, Wheaties was the thing when you were a kid. Like,
yeah.
You got to eat your Wheaties. All these famous athletes, Jordan on Wheaties commercials,
it
all
did
these
work.
Olympians.
But
yeah.
the product's horrible.
But Wheaties are
Wheaties are
nasty. Like, you
ass.
buy the box of Wheaties and
They're
you,
so
and, you,
bad,
and you
bro.
pour the milk, you pour the cereal in the bowl, and you're like, this is not buying Wheaties anymore.
Dude, they are gross.
Yeah, Wheaties are nasty.
Truly gross.
Yeah.
Somebody check this.
It's not a top 100 cereal.
No.
So bad.
Yeah, it tastes like horrible. Somebody said the girls go on wild commercials and
I mean,
to
those
go
were
buy the
good.
tapes.
Someone said the real men don't murder billboards in Memphis. Literally stop situations.
I like that. I'm glad that stopped a murderer. All right.
Okay, I got one more.
Yeah, let me hear it.
Because I always do a National Day one.
Yeah.
It is actually National Pet Month this month. So shout out all our pets. Take away regularly domesticated animals, dog, cats, the regular stuff.
Wolves.
You can have one animal as a pet. You would have
Fill in the blank, sucker. Wait, Chris would have a liger.
a liger.
A liger.
These things are huge.
I could have an animal.
Like it's like in my backyard.
Yeah, and like pretend it's nice. Like it's not going to attack you.
Oh, like
but
a-
any animal you want is your pet.
Oh, a tiger.
You
That's
like
more
walk your tiger.
Yeah,
around
walking my
your
tiger around
neighborhood.
up and down the street.
That's a boss
You know how dope
move.
I would look walking up and down the street with
You
a damn
could
tiger, bro.
domesticate a tiger, like
Yes.
Yeah, you're
yo.
saying I could have anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, then like a lion.
You have a lion.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Can you imagine like seeing
male
that in your
lion, like with the
backyard?
mane?
Yeah.
If you wanna
the
get,
king
like-
of the jungle.
Yeah, you know what I'm
I mean,
saying?
it'd be weird to have it in your backyard.
Or like a giraffe. But yo, I got
can see
the
his giraffe when
you
drive
train the
it.
giraffe. Ain't nothing getting stuck in the trees with the giraffe. You're like, hey, get that for me, bro.
What'd you choose?
Dude, I'd have
And you're saying fully domesticated, like the animal is of no danger to anyone?
No, it's not going to be a danger.
Then having like a massive grizzly bear would be
That's what I was about to say is a bear.
Like in your backyard?
Yeah.
Just like
That would be-
walking around.
And it was like cool?
snuggled up on your couch?
But it was cool?
Yeah.
A bear snuggle up on your couch is crazy.
Yeah, you just like
You walk in the
snuggle up
crib and
next
there's
to
a
your
bear right there.
There's video of that happening. Like one of these dudes who, freaking weirdos who lives in the woods.
See?
Like he's like tight with a bear. And
Why-
the bear will just walk in his place and
Dap
chill.
him up? Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you. All right, what you got, Deb?
All right, let me go to my notes real quick. I put in my notes. The last 6 MVPs in the NBA, National Basketball Association, are all European. That's interesting.
All right.
The next American basketball player that will win the MVP is...
Fill in the blank, sucker. The easy answer is Edwards.
Yeah.
Right now. I mean, you can't get a...
can't take
You
Jalen
can't be
Tatum?
you can't be on a bigger wave than him.
Jason.
Edwards is better than him.
Yeah.
He is. He's better. I mean, I think you would have to say Edwards.
If they're awesome again next year.
Because Wemby's obviously European. Our guy has a chance.
12.
Edwards has a chance.
So you want to give Tatum?
Gilgeous Alexander has a chance.
Canadian.
He's Canadian.
Oh,
not
yeah,
American.
that's right. He's not
He's not
American.
European, but he's not
Okay,
American.
that's fair. That's fair. So I would say our guy has a chance.
But if we're
Edwards
doing
has a chance.
baddest
Tatum
dude on the
and
best
Tatum
team,
has
yeah,
a chance.
Tatum has to be.
I think Ja's going to go crazy next year.
I think so too.
I think he's going to be on some different ish next year. for
I would
real.
just say the wave is very strong with Edwards right now. So if he were to back it up with an amazing season next year, people are in love with him right now.
Yeah.
It
They also-
will turn. It always
Timberwolves are
turns
really good.
eventually.
They also love a comeback story.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
But it always turns eventually, and so when they start picking you apart, but he's still living the
He's
awesome
so
life.
likable though. His
He is.
personality.
Always smiling.
That's right.
Keep it 100 all the
Defends his
time.
teammates.
Yeah,
For
he's
sure.
a real one.
I'll just
He beat
just,
2 allegations.
just to be different. Paulo.
That's fair.
I like that one.
Just
to
a
be
chance.
different. Paulo.
And it might be 5 years from now.
I was gonna say I don't think he's the next one.
Wemby may win the next 4, or Luka in there. Like,
Well, Jokic ain't slowing down.
And Jokic,
What Zion maybe, you know?
And
No.
And you still got Giannis in the mix. You still got Jokic in the mix. You still got Embiid in the mix. I mean, Luka hasn't won one yet, by the
And
way.
Shea is just starting.
Yeah, so it might not be America might not win it for the next 5 years. It might go 11 straight.
Yeah.
Look, man.
And in 5 years, Paulo is going to be, my
when he,
God.
like I said, when you realize he's 6'10",
I know.
250, it's going to be ugly. All right, my next one.
One more.
I love pancakes with crispy edges. You can never pass down pancakes with crispy edges.
Oh.
Bro. That's elite.
I've never even thought of it.
You never thought about that? They hit different.
Crispy edges?
With the crispy edges?
I don't know
Woo.
what that means.
Okay. Yeah, whatever.
The specific food trait that you love the most is...
Fill in the blank, sucker.
The food. Wait, well, food. What?
You mean the way it's prepared?
Like where it's prepared. Like I said, pancakes with crispy edges, wings fried hard, you know, that kind of vibe.
Oh, I
don't mind.
I am like a charred hot dog. I don't even
Oh,
want
you
a
wanna be
hot
black.
No.
You want it to be black.
Oh, I just want it charred up.
I like everything a little more charred than.
Yeah, I just want it charred up. I don't
Devin.
want. Come on, dude. And the reason I say this is because I had like a golf course, like very not cooked a lot. Hot dog,
boiled hot dog?
or those hot dogs that are on the rollers
At the gas station.
I mean,
Yeah.
Like the-
I'd rather, yeah.
Oh, there we go. Pancake with the crispy edges.
Yeah,
That's
so
fine.
good.
Yeah, but I like I want that hot dog split. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like where it's been cooked that much.
Or like the middle of a cinnamon roll. How about that one?
Do you know I saw it? I'm gonna give you a little. I'm gonna give everybody a little word to the wise here because I did it the other night. I saw an Instagram video, and I went outside, and because it rained so much, my charcoal was outside, and I went to go make some. I was gonna get the charcoal thing going, and it had rained, and the charcoal all got wet, and I couldn't. It wouldn't work. And I had seen an Instagram video where this lady said, here's like 5 uses for your air fryer you didn't know about. Man, I stuck them hot dogs in that air fryer. Unbelievable.
I like everything in my air
Oh,
fryer.
those things were crispy as hell. I was like, this is awesome.
Somebody said
This is awesome.
Somebody said bagel bites in the oven. I ain't never heard that one before.
Oh, I put my bagel
That's the
bites in
only
oven.
place you put them.
I put them
you
joints in the
microwave.
microwave,
You're
bro.
nasty.
I put them in the
What's wrong with
microwave
you,
and
bro?
ice them.
What?
First-
You might as well put a hot dog in there. You're nasty.
Put that joint in the
I used
microwave.
to put hot dogs in the
A minute
microwave,
45. Ding, 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 ding.
Ugh.
You're gonna
You
like them better in the
microwave
oven.
bread? Instead of toasted, it's a difference.
They taste way better in the oven.
So I
They
throw
come
them
out
just in the
crispier.
oven?
You are
What
wild.
are you talking about, bro? I'm trying to get efficient, bro. Quick. My stomach probably
Okay,
messed
my
up.
answer is bacon. I cannot stand
Do you
bacon unless it's like
microwave
low
bread?
burnt.
Do I? You got me think? Yeah. When I actually no, I don't. When I put
Yeah, you
make a
microwave
grilled
it.
cheese,
You wouldn't toast it?
not all the time. If I make like a ham and cheese sandwich, throw that joint
It
in the
has
microwave.
microwave
boom, 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 boom.
instructions on it.
Would you microwave pizza instead of putting it in the oven?
Yes, bro.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Way quicker.
Yeah, what are you trying to?
I ain't trying to
I ain't got
preheat the
time to be,
oven, man.
bro. If I'm drunk as hell at 2:30 a.m., you think I got time to be
Drunk as hell, what?
sitting here waiting on a piece
We
of
live
the?
different lives.
Yeah. Well, even I'm not.
I'm
like-
drunk as hell at 2:30 in the morning.
I ain't, I'm not trying to preheat the oven just to
You got
heat up
time
some
for that.
pizza.
Dude,
Like,
you need one of the.
Air frying?
No,
I've
we
got an air
perfect.
fryer.
and
I've
we
got an air
and we
fryer.
also have one of those tabletop. You know what I'm talking about?
Like a
it's
microwave oven?
The little oven. No, the little oven.
Toaster oven.
Toaster
Toaster
oven.
oven.
Okay, yeah.
That's what we put everything
Throw that
in.
joint in there real quick.
And you can just turn it to whatever. And
Maybe I need that because I ain't finna sit and
you
wait
need
for
a
the
little
oven. to
toaster
preheat.
oven.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the oven to preheat. I ain't got time for that.
Toaster oven's fast.
What's yours? What's yours? He's over here. They've been thinking for the last 10 minutes.
Say whatever you like
I'm
for
not
steak.
like a super picky eater. Like I'm not. Like I'm not.
Okay, it's not about being picky. It's about
Rosie doesn't
like
have
what
an
you like.
answer.
So okay, when
Like
I
the
do-
middle of a cinnamon
okay,
roll.
when I do chicken wings, you air fry those things, then you put them in the oven in the broil part. You do 5 minutes on each side. You got kicking chicken seasoning. You got garlic. You got lemon pepper. You got all of it. And you take that ish out after doing all that, and it's perfect and it's crispy as hell.
So
That's
you
how
could
I
have
do
just
it.
said crispy wings. Little recipe giving ass.
I didn't give the recipe.
A Winston Churchill
Yeah, what the
speech
hell wrong
on a
with you,
crispy
bro?
wing.
You want the recipe? I'll give you the recipe.
Just
That
say
ain't
I
gonna
want my wings crispy.
The
crispy wings.
chicken wings. Love it. But not bread. I don't want anything
Kicking
breaded.
chicken garlic. Man, didn't nobody ask you for a damn recipe.
I put it on the broil for 5 minutes
If
and
you
I do.
had those wings, you want the damn
Oh
recipe.
my God.
No cap.
Nobody was writing that down. Nobody.
They're gonna go back and watch it.
Nobody. Nobody's ever.
They're gonna go
rewinding
back and
this
watch
shit.
it.
No.
Yes, they are.
In fact, I'll be surprised if it doesn't get taken down.
It might.
Flagged.
We're gonna find out if Kendrick Lamar's really cool about that removing copyright stuff.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Rosa, real quick.
I got my two already.
All right, the series you think most likely to go 7 games right now is
Fill in the blank, sucker.
Oh, most likely.
most likely. If
OKC
if
Dallas.
you got $1,000
Yeah,
and you
okay.
say I got to put this down, the series is going 7.
I'd say OKC Dallas.
Or how about this?
Is most likely.
Head on the guillotine.
I would say most
I
likely.
think that is the most likely one.
The most likely are both the West ones, but I would say Dallas more so.
I agree with that.
1940s ass guillotine. I'm gonna go.
I want Nuggets Timberwolves to go 7.
For
but
sure.
Head on a guillotine.
Yeah, my head's on
I'd
a
go
guillotine.
Dallas
Head
OKC.
on a guillotine.
I want to be alive. So
With some kicking chicken seasoning.
On a guillotine.
Kicking
Bro,
and 5 minutes on each side on the guillotine.
Dude, you can put
Oh my
kicking
God.
chicken seasoning is like
What is that?
You're still talking about
you
it?
can get it at Kroger.
Bro, what's wrong with you, bro?
Yeah, Jalen. Bro, you can put that ish on anything. Freaking awesome.
Okay.
all right, bro.
All right.
Get you, and they're always damn out of it at the Kroger down the street too. Pisses me off.
All right, bro. What's your next one?
No, that's good. Where are we going?
No, there's a
Buster on the beat.
You had to think so hard about those, bro.
Bro, I was making intros and rejoins this morning.
Kicking
Trying
chicken.
to plan our Vegas stuff.
All right, now we're gonna have to
Get
go
off me, son.
Vegas stuff. We go to Vegas in July.
July.
Yeah, but we're working on stuff.
May
May
9th.
Are we working on
Hey,
stuff?
May 9th. It's Jenna's birthday.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Jenna
birthday,
Broyles.
Jen.
Happy
Jenna.
birthday, Jenna. She's in the chat earlier.
No, it's gonna do it for today's
Wait.
show. Thank you to none of these people.
Just
What?
Grizzlies.
Oh yeah, Just Grizzlies.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
does it drop?
Like 2 p.m. usually.
Today.
Today?
Yeah.
You got 2 pods coming out today?
This will be the only overlap because my day is Thursday. This is the only overlap because the last episode of Just Grizzlies for the season. So
Which
one day-
features Tony Allen.
Shout out to you.
There you go.
Also, our boy Jaren got snubbed in league fits.
Yeah.
Oh, he
didn't
did?
even make team 1, 2, or 3.
What a shame.
He put a lot of effort
Did
to it.
SGA make it?
Yeah, team 1.
Okay, well, he should be removed with that poop outfit he wore the other night. Like, dude, you look
Me,
like...
Mr. Mustard?
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
he got
you
dipped
look
in honey
like-
gold sauce.
You look like a dirty poo. Like, that was that outfit. This look.
Yeah, sorry.
I've got to get out of here before this thing goes completely to hell. All right. Thanks for listening. Thank you to Jalen. None of these people, but thank you to Jalen. And we'll be back tomorrow. Until then, we gone.